Um, Hats off to UCLA. Very good. Um, Hot team. And I thought first half defensively we were terrific. I thought we took them out of their stuff. I thought we were very good. I thought we made it hard on their guards. Um, we had a couple too many turnovers that led to some easy baskets for them. But I thought first half we played really well. The second half became a shootout, both ways, and we let Tyler get going. Terrific shooter, terrific uh, pick and pop threat. Um, but excuse me. But it seemed like every time he hit one, we bounced back with one. And obviously, at the end of the game, I think they hit 10 of their last 11 or 9 of their last 10. You're just praying almost for one miss in there. I thought a couple of them were pretty well guarded. We were trying to switch some of those. We were just a little late. A guy like that, especially when he's heated up. But good Big Ten basketball game, great win, and excited to come out here with a W and move on to the next team that's won 6 or 7 in a row, and it's nice to get that one.
When he got hot from three, what were you trying to do defensively?
We call it a tilt. The building's loud, so it's communication based, and I think we're just everything was a dribble late, and so we're trying to switch him. If he shot twos against our guards, we were great. We were going to be fine with it, but we were late with it, and to their credit, guys kept saying, "Well, I don't hear the call. I don't hear the call." Well, we still have to have some recognition of what's being said. It's a flat middle ball screen. It's really hard to handle that, but we've practiced it. We just do it in an empty building, so we got to have a little clarity and a little better understanding of what they're trying to do, and then we've got to handle it. We just stayed with it too long.
Brad, obviously healthy again, but you talked about defensively, but offensively, 1.3 points per possession after 1.6 the last game. What did you carry over from Saturday into today, offensively?
Health. I've said it many times. We're really good when we have all the pieces and the pieces fit together. And I thought that the first half we haven't had Tommy in practice, so Tommy's still not practicing, and um, understanding the difference between Minnesota and them. They're a team that gets to the ball, they clog the paint, they're in the gaps. Tommy had 3 turnovers at half, trying to make the same plays he made it at in Minnesota. That's not practicing. But once we figured that out, and then I thought Casper's just controlled the game in the second half. Fake handoffs, getting the ball in the paint. He obviously hit a big three late, but yeah, I think it's just the continuity of having all the pieces. Quiet night for Will. They did a good job on him, but I thought we're a good passing team. We're going to live with some turnovers, but I thought once we settled in, we were pretty good.
Nobody on the injury report today, but Traden plays. He's still dealing with some lingering.
Yeah, it's just getting back in a flow. There's nothing to that. It's just getting back in the flow. We've been in a really busy stretch, so there hasn't been a ton of practice. He did practice yesterday. I told him after the game, we're going to need you. We got an off day tomorrow, and then we get a couple days. So we'll keep working at that. And I thought Jake was terrific, and again, Draven was starting, and now all of a sudden gets sick, and that thing zapped you. So yeah, we'll slowly get those guys worked back in.
Coach Underwood, I know that you hate losing, although you cannot learn a lot from losses. My question is, How does winning that close make you feel, and what do you learn from a win that close?
I don't worry about wins. I treat them like any other game, but it's more the margin doesn't concern me as much as how we play. I think that we're a process driven group, and it's how do we play in the process? What do we have to learn? Yeah, I mean, we obviously got to clean up a late game situation switch, but it's challenging against a good team that's well coached, sometimes with really good players, and they've got them.
Brad, is closing that one out, the process of playing 24 games, like, do you think just given the youth and the newness of this team that would have been a game in November you closed out? Is there growth there, I guess?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we made plays. We made a lot of plays, and you made free throws. You made a play on the free throw, the one we did miss. We made some shots. We made a mistake or two on the offensive side, but we weren't making those early. And like I said, our growth is in our chemistry and our togetherness. We've had a hard month with not being able to put it all together, but it's quicker to pick up now because we've had time together before. So just putting all the pieces together.
Coach, a big shot by KJ coming out of the timeout there in the last minute. Was that what was drawn up? And is he the kind of guy like an IO and a Terrence Shannon that you just kind of give him the ball in those situations?
Yeah, it's not the first one he's made this year. It won't be the last. He's pretty much that guy. Put the ball in his hands, make a play, and it was trying to get to a matchup that we liked. Go make a play, and we talked about if you got the ability to drive it downhill against one of their bigs, 2-foot jump stop, get fouled, 90% free throw shooter, or he steps up and makes a big three.
You talked to Minnesota about maybe leaning on your older guys that had played college basketball before, and it was tough because they hadn't played here. But like just what Ben and Kylan are doing maybe the last couple of games is maybe not the leading scorer, but what have they added?
Everything. They're our glue. The job Kylan did in the second half today was tremendous on both ends. Ben's turned into a really, really good Big Ten player, and big threes and big shots, and now we're able to play some booty ball with him. He's rebounding the ball when he didn't early. It's hard for those guys. Newness is hard, and when you've been in a system that changes and the expectation's different and the caliber of competition is different. It's not easy, and those guys have done yeoman's work, Trey included, yeoman's work in terms of Jake, the progress he's made, just in terms of getting us to this point. They've been great.
Coach, 50-50 balls for UCLA on tape is just something that they do a really good job of. But your guards tonight rebounded very well. Just want to get your thoughts.
So you take Tommy away from the rim and Merez away from the rim some because of the way they play. Guards got to go rebound. Guards are quicker, they're stronger, and they've got to go rebound the basketball. Mixed teams play as hard as anybody in the country. And they have won every 50-50 ball in the last 5 or 6 games. And I mean, I watched all of them. They get every ball. I thought it was a huge key tonight to try to come up with those. We're a good rebounding team, obviously. We won that battle, but it was it felt like very much had to be a guard rebound game. Anytime you pull Tommy away from the rim and Merez away from the rim with Daly and Tyler.
Tommy's ankle's obviously still swollen. You said he hasn't really been practicing. Are you surprised with how well he's playing through this?
No, he's very mature. He's very cerebral. He's very smart. He's spent a lot of film time, and he's obviously just tougher than nails. So, no, to be honest, no. I know what we are without him, and I know what we are with him, and him at 80% is pretty good.
Brad, you talk about how much you pay attention to the net. Usually you only get a handful of quad one opportunities at home. How important is a game like this, and obviously you get another one on Saturday, in terms of just piecing it together and turning in the right direction?
Again, and I'll say this over and over again. There's a reason we schedule the way we schedule. We're not playing a lot of. We're going to play those teams, and you hope like crazy that the committee rewards that. You know you're going to get dinged. You know you're going to get beat, and that's the reality of playing really high competition and great teams. Look who that team's beat. I mean, UCLA. And then when you get into league, you know most of them are going to be quad 1 and quad 2. This league's terrific. So, I mean, I think we have one quad 2 left. I think all the rest are quad 1, if I'm not mistaken. And that's why, you know, in a 20 game league schedule with the imbalance that you have, the net's really important. And you hope the committee recognizes some of that. You hope they recognize the fact we played 5 games without one of our 2 best players in most cases. So you're going to get beat. Opportunities are there. Tonight was one. We got another one on Saturday. So we just take them as they come.
Brad, is there something specific you like about Ben at the 3? And is there something that has opened him up on either end of the floor?
Yeah.
To play there?
Yeah. I like our rebounding. I like Merez on the floor. In matchups, I think it's maybe not quite as physical for him. I think we can do some things with him and Merez based on matchups. You know, I think we can slide Dre back in. I think we can slide, you know, Draven in. You know, however we need to do that. More based on lineups and matchups that favor us. But he's playing into booty ball now, so I like the matchups when he gets a guard on him. You know, we played really big at Minnesota with Will sliding to the 2. You know, played a lot there. That's you know, we get really big. Casper's a 6'5", and you know, Will at 6'8", and Ben at 6'9" or 10, and you know, so well, size has its advantages.
It's kind of a follow-up to that, Brad. What did you guys see that, you know, the rotation always changes and evolves and kind of whittles down when you get to this time of year? What did you see in that top 7 specifically that you guys wanted to try this out and keep with it?
Yeah, I don't want to make it too big a deal, but it's shooting. You know, tonight I think if you look at UCLA, I think opponents have shot 50 or 60 more threes than them. They play in rotation. Okay, they're going to get to the ball. They're going to nail help. They're going to be in the gaps. Let's give you threes. You can have shooters to fill those spots. My only complaint at halftime was I thought we turned down 4 or 5 of them. And so, you know, you find Jake in there. You find, you know, Ben. Now we're really scattered with really, really good shooting. And then, you know, what we did was we got to the rim, and that opened everything up. And so that's been really, really positive for us.
I guess kind of a follow-up to that. You've played the shorter rotation with Dre and Trey still trying to get over the flu. Just when they are back in a flow, I mean, how does maybe reinserting them into what you do kind of affect what you've been able to do, which has been good?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's all part of it. I think that's what we're looking forward to getting to. There's a reason I called the timeout at the 8-minute mark. You know, Tommy hasn't literally run in, I don't know, a month, 5 weeks with mono and then the ankle, and he was gassed. He was dead. So we had got the first media, and then I think all of that will play into being able to slide some of those guys in there. But again, we're gonna put the 5 that's playing the best and fit the best matchups as well.
Kofi back, obviously. How was it to have him back for a game and to bring him around the team that you have this year?
I can't wait to see it. The video at half. I can't wait to see that. And you're truly blessed as a coach when you get to coach somebody that gets to hang their jersey. And then the icing on the cake is when they're as good a human being as he is, and as fun to be around, and fun to coach, and he was fun to mold. And you know, we were just talking, a couple of coaching buddies of mine, Tim Jankovic, who was at SMU, and Kermit Davis at Ole Miss were here, and we were just talking about how we saw Kofi play in a game, and he scored 2 points. You know, when he was in high school, because the guard shot all of them. Now they're both in the NBA, but Kofi never got the ball, and to see that turn into two-time All-American, dominant center. That's really cool, man. That's why we do this, is to see that growth and that development. Not everybody's blessed enough to be 7 foot, 300 pounds, and their jersey hang. But man, you have no idea how much that meant to me and means to me. And I told him before the game, I said, just appreciate this, man, because not everybody gets to do this. And you're a place that he loves and that loves him, and pretty special.
Which
For our last two.
free throw shooting was really big, obviously. How much is that the right guys getting to the line, and is that something that you can control at all?
Well, we didn't have Kofi at the line, so we made him. Yeah, we practice it a lot, and you put the ball in guys' hands who can go make those plays and go make free throws. But we shoot them a lot. I mean, you look back at my history. Our teams have always kind of struggled a little bit early, and then we kind of figure things out on that end and start to make them. But yeah, all of that.
Joey, I'm curious how you look at the turnovers tonight, knowing UCLA forces them in bunches and knowing that that's just kind of part of having what you have offensively.
I wasn't. There were 4 of them I didn't like. I didn't like Tommy's because of the way, and that's practice. That's we told them they get to the ball, but when you don't practice it and see it, and so that was challenging for me. And then we're going to live with some of KJ's. I thought the one he made late was a bad play. Ben didn't finish his cut. Right read, just maybe not the right time to make that play. But we need KJ trying to make plays. And sometimes the defense is going to be good. And sometimes it's the right read, and we don't, but that's our chemistry. We still have to keep, the guy's got to know when KJ's got the ball that he's going to look to dime him up.
Okay.
Thank you.